The other stock which is flying high and is very strong today is Talwalkars Fitness. It's up close to about 6% in trade. A good quarter, revenue growth of close to about 16%. Margins have improved by 150 basis points to 68.8%. Anant Gawande, the CFO and whole-time director of Talwalkars Fitness, joins in now. Hi Anant, good morning. 68, 69% margins. Is there more scope to improve your margins from current levels?
Actually, if I split them into two parts, Reema and Sonia, the core margins are at about 50-52. This year, we got about 6.5 crore, 65 million rupees from franchise revenue.
Okay.
If you remember, over the last 4 or 6 quarters, we have been saying franchising should become an important part of our business. And we have now almost 55 gyms on franchise out of 176. Okay. The second reason is that we did a QIP in June, July for about 107 crore rupees, 1070 million rupees. A significant part of that money, almost 90 crore, is still in our bank balance, and that treasury income is another 5.5-6 crore. But yes, the margins have been on the upper side because the value-added activities, and last time I think I had promised Sonia we'll open yoga. Yeah. So we have opened, Sonia, 37 yoga centers.
Okay. I'm very excited to know that because Reema and me are big fans of
really?
yoga.
Okay.
And this Zorba that you incorporated across all your centers, what kind of incremental margins do you get from this business alone?
Actually, once within a gym, if we do a yoga, Zorba, it will not cost more than about 20 lakhs, 15-20, because it's done in a particular way. So, for example, they have certain interaction on multimedia platforms, etc. But if it is standalone, it may cost another 5-10 lakh more. The idea is to go to about 100-120 Zorba in the next 12 months, out of which we are about 40 now, approximately. Initially, we will start within gyms and then standalone. So it could be even in your studio or anywhere else. The idea is to try and propagate that. I think we have an excellent partner in yoga in Sarvesh, in Zorba. We believe it's got an international possibility going ahead. But right now our focus is doing within gyms and then doing outside. We need about 300 square feet, 250 to 300. And these are all kinds of yoga. So they are doing yoga which is interactive, multimedia, normal yoga. So there are different classes within the we are doing a major campaign on 20th June, I believe, is annual yoga day or World Yoga Day, that's what it is called. And hopefully that will take it further to the next level.
So from 40 to 120, the scale up that you'll do, what will that do to your blended margins?
The yoga margins are much more than normal margins, because you just need a yoga instructor, and that yoga instructor, we don't actually. There are small equipment I introduced just for the purpose of excitement. So essentially we believe that a margin upscale on an annual basis, once they are all open, could be about 150 to 200 basis points.
Okay. What about the franchise revenue? Because if you continue to increase your revenues from the franchisee business, that will continue to aid your margins. 6.5 crore in this quarter. How much do you foresee in FY17 and the upside to your margins in account of that?
Yeah. So we did 6.5 crore last year, just as a correction. Essentially, we believe that going ahead, we already have in pipeline about 12 to 15 gyms which will be on franchise, which will open over the next 2 to 3 quarters. We will own on our own about 30 gyms in the next 3 quarters, as in the company. So we expect to be at a figure of about 210, 215 by the end of the financial year 017. Each franchisee gives us a upfront royalty and a continuing royalty, and that just aids our income fairly dramatically. Also, advertising cost gets shared. So if it's in a city which matters to us, then let's say it's Pune or it's in Hyderabad, then the advertising cost also gets shared among all of them. So the margin due to that, only franchising, could be a bit more again.
Okay. Do you have any more value-added products that you'll be looking to introduce? Because now there's a fad of CrossFit as well. So many new things are coming up in the market. Anything that you could perhaps launch which will aid your volume and margins further?
We experimented just now with idea called TRX. You may have heard it, and kettlebell. These are again free floor exercise format. What we have been acutely aware of is 31st March 016, Sonia and Nima, we turned cash flow positive. This is something we wanted to do for a long time, and I know for a fact that our investors have been wanting and craving for. So we turned cash flow positive. Our outflow is 78 crore and our inflow is 85 crore. we would like to maintain that position, which means we will introduce only those activities and those many gyms which will keep us cash flow positive still going ahead. Okay, so kettlebell TRX are wonderful activities. I think going ahead we'll get many more activities. Yoga was not on the anvil. We don't have a juice bar. Right now we are talking with a nutraceutical company to help us with their entire range of omega products, omega 3, flaxseed, etc. because we don't sell them right now.
So what's the
in
investment you're looking at there?
In that it will be literally zero because they will stock it. We will keep it as a showcase, and because people come and say, "Arey, you know what, we are dieting or we are exercising, what should we take along with it?" So if there's a multivitamin supplement to be taken or omega supplement, it's available right there.
Okay.
So these small things could be done.
If I look at your balance sheet, I think your long-term debt is about 300 odd crore. Your cash flow positive. You're sitting on unutilized QIP money of 90 crore. Why not pay the long-term debt?
Yeah, I can explain this. Actually, this is an often asked question. We don't have a cash credit facility. I mean, we don't have a CC as in overdraft facility. All our loans are term loan. Okay, and that too from one singular bank, State Bank of India. Okay, and some debenture. If I prepay a term loan, one is I have to pay a penal interest. Two is the money which was raised for QIP was for a specific purpose, which is for acquisitions, new ideation, okay, and David Lloyd.
Okay.
So we would rather keep that money for that, because for that I cannot take money from the bank, Rima.
Okay.
For putting equity into another company, I don't get money from a bank.
Sure.
So which is why we have kept the two segregated presently. But I'm sure going ahead, if we don't find need of it, if we don't do any major acquisition and that doesn't fit in our philosophy, or we don't add value addition, then some part of it will definitely flow into our debt.
Okay, just one final question.
Yeah.
Then you spoke about this health food segment as well. So
Yeah.
it just got me thinking, what kind of revenue growth do you think you could get from this? Because so far you're not into health
No, we
food
are not
at
at
all,
all.
right? If you suppose look at it in a big way, you think it could contribute in revenues?
See, I will just differentiate. In the health food and vitamin or supplements are two different category.
Okay.
In health food, we are already there and we have taken a significant chunk through Reduce, which is our food-based weight loss program. But as far as supplements go, I think that's a huge part of what can happen, because if you understand, lots of people are now recommended multivitamin tablet, something on calcium, something on vitamin C, and none of this is available right at our gym level. So they actually have to go out and do that. So if we can do a tie-up, which is what is on the anvil, with somebody who can help us to create that infrastructure or superstructure within gyms, I think it could add in terms of margin a lot, may not be in terms of top line, because the top line may not be great.
Okay, well, you've had a very inspiring discussion with us.
Thank
now
you
we're
so
all
much.
set to hit the gym this weekend. Thanks, Anant,
Thank you
for
so
joining
much,
us.
Sonia and
And taking us through your numbers. Very good set of numbers once again coming in from Talwalkars Fitness, and so many new offerings from their stable. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll focus on all the commodity action.